Ooh, Blue Eyes is back. That's right. Maiden is at 3.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Begin. Warrior of Atlantis wants to search the deck. We could not purge it because there's no card in the field, as Ash will now negate. Now you do have to be careful of purge. It turns off dark, water, and fire for the rest of the duel. No more Ash beyond that. And does not purge the 7 Tachyon. Now the Karyushin will be purgeable, trying to add an Umi card. There you go, purge, negate. Now he has to be careful about Little Knight, which he does not even play. His Typhon will not be activatable, not an issue whatsoever. This is still a floodgate. We floodgating. We have Umi on the field, and this floodgate states that each player can only control 1 non-water. That's it. So how do we go from here? We are going to be setting up the Lordy Load. Lordy Load, search our deck. Retaliating Sea is not going to be activatable except they activate the Blue Eyes spell that summons from the deck or banishment. We're just going to drill beam the Karyushin away. Barely an inconvenience as we now go all the way. Potentially Retaliating Sea will be turned on. It could happen. Let's see when it happens. Almost summon the Sage, search the Maiden. We're about to get into the Retaliating Sea zone. We're going to be tributing off, Reborn the Blue Eyes way. Whoa, what the? We're not activating Maiden to special summon a Blue Eyes with our search. Interesting. Why have we not activated Maiden? Are we not? Now, this is a special summon, but it's not the activation of a spell, so the Retaliating Sea is not activatable. What is my confusion here? Why can't we activate the Maiden? Why are we not activating Maiden? I don't understand. What? Where's your True Light? True Light? Why would you not want True Light on the field? True Light wipes away my field. I don't want that. Okay. Retaliating Sea into Typhon is here. He forgot to put True Light in his deck? Wow, maybe that's the case. My Maiden can't activate because I don't have it in my deck. Barrel, add, back. Now finish off this duel. Still not activating the Maiden. I can't check his deck list, can I? Okay. He's like, I gotta put True Light in my deck, man. I forgot to put that in. Bro, what the heck is that? Retaliating Sea, mostly gonna be freaking useless. We do have 4 hand traps in total, though. 1 brick. Ash negate the ability mate to search for that drill beam. Not today. Now, hopefully the Maiden is activatable. First gonna make a Spirit Thighs of Blue. Ghost Mourner on summon. Negate. No search for you, mate. As the Call by the Grave will be fingering the Ghost Mourner. Danuxsaurus is back at it again with the 5 gifted subs. Deal on mine. I appreciate that immensely. Thank you very much. We have 2 more tournaments after this before the $1,000 tournament qualifier, so please take that free gifted sub, hop in the event, qualify, do well enough, and you're in. We're going to be sending from the deck of Blazer Dragon. We may still not have... It's negated! It's negated! You're negated, right? No, you called by the grave. You fingered it. Okay, I got distracted. All right, yep, Impulse, good. We still may not have True Light in our freaking deck. I'm so mentally messed up by where's the True Light? Now, the Maiden can send from the hand or field. There's still a chance this Maiden turns itself into a True Light. Okay. He is actually True Lightless. ER, are you in the chat? Can you tell me what happened here? Did you get so excited to play Blue Eyes today that you forgot to put True Light in and you're still doing well? Is that what happened? 7th Ascension, we finally have a play, but what's at what cost? He's going to be able to non-target return a card back. He's going to be able to potentially negate anything with the Spirit Dragon. Karyushin plus the Umi. We have everything we want to need, surely, right? We're going to turn the Spirit Dragon into... Maybe we pop the Legendary Ocean instead. Yes, we do. Light Storm Dragon. Wipe away the ocean. Now the Karyushin is level 5 instead of 4. Can't be normal summoned without tributing. It's over. And... this small little thing that also happens, you destroy a back row, and then during the end phase, it destroys itself through the effect of the Spirit Dragon, and when destroyed, reset a spell and trap card. That is insane. Blue Eyes is back. Barrel, and Blue Eyes will be receiving support with the New Year anniversary. This is not Blue Eyes at its full power. In 2 weeks, the full power's coming. And this is even less than full power. There's no True Light in his deck. I don't think by choice, just by accident. We're not playing that. Kaiba Man, the legend, is going to be searching for a Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Chain the Maiden to the Mausoleum, reborn back in the field a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Lordy Load, reborn out, further going into another Spirit Dragon, and just like that, True Light is apparently not needed. Good job. Engraver Search, and we got Board Break instead of a Hand Trap Mate. Thus, we're going to have a nice, quick and easy, uninterrupted turn 1 play, and you should show me something great. And we can successfully now negate. Ain't no way. Oh, shoot. Double evenly. Can we negate 2 evenlies? Well, let's talk about this field. 2 special summon negates. And on the resolution of a spell, this will negate it straight up. It's not your choice. So you will want to choose something like this continuous spell is a very good card to use. Now, does this negate the activation? Let's read that. When a spell card, where is it? Spell card. Each turn, negate the effect of your opponent's first spell or effect that resolves. So if you activate Regained, nothing happens. It stays in the field, it eats up the Angelic Ring, and then you get to hold on to your Thrust. Now, in addition to the spell negate, we have this, which I believe is a monster negate. Quick effect, send an equip card to target an effect monster, negate it, and then double special summon negate. Now, for the Kaiju, in order for it to negate, you have to remove 2 Kaiju counters from anywhere on the field. And only if a card is sent to the graveyard do you gain Kaiju counters. Each time any card is sent from the field to the grave, put a Kaiju counter on this card for each card sent. So at the moment, what are our Kaiju counters? We have 4, so that's going to be double negate on evenly matched mate. We're in trouble, big trouble. Now, why is he negating this? Because he knows that the Angelic Ring is going to eat it up. But what he doesn't know is that he wants the Angelic Ring to eat it up because then it's stuck on the field and the evenly matches would be useless. So this is a big gamble that he thinks that he would negate this unless he thought that Angelic Ring would send this to the graveyard, which it would not. Negate. Now this is banished, so we're not going to gain counters for this. We only have 1 negate now. We're going straight to battle phase, right? Bruh, battle, swing. Does this trigger engrave? What are we doing here? You are giving him Kaiju counters? He's gonna be able to negate this if you do too much. What are you doing? Evenly match. Negate. Number 1, he only has 1 counter, and this card is not being sent to the grave. It is getting banished. Thus, evenly match number 2 goes through. No freaking way. What the heck are we doing? Return 1 card in the field back to the hand. Banishing everything but the Wave King Caesar. All because of that regained gamble on whether he didn't know how it worked or he actually gambled on him negating. Ash, negate the Thrust Mate. Now, does the Chaos Valkyrie do something? Banish a lighter dark from the grave, which we did get in the graveyard within the battle phase, ensuring that they would only gain 1 Kaiju counter, but they do have a special summon negate because this unfortunately has a semicolon, meaning it activates in the hand, doesn't special summon without activating similarly to a Diablo Star or a Ryzeal. It's activating another effect to special summon. What is this? When banished, summon 2 tokens. Wave King Caesar completely tanking both cards. Negate, just like that, mate. Chaos Reign, that was a good show nonetheless. Well done. Boy, I really want to know, did you outplay him with Regained, or did you think that the Angelic Ring would just send it to the grave? Finish him. Just like that. All right, well done. A lot of people so far. I've only seen 2 rounds. In both rounds, Retaliating Sea is being played. That search for the Max C just became much more beneficial with it being limited to 1. Crimson Gaia, we just have Ash. Now, Generally, it's not a rule. There are exceptions to this rule. If you're playing against a deck you don't understand, which would probably be this deck, you generally do not use Ash on a simple search. If there's an Ash effect that is, is going to result in a special summon from the deck or a special summon or extension, this could be a good Ash because this is essentially not simply searching for one card, it's resulting in a special summon with the Collapsed Serpent, and we know what's going to happen from there. You have Dissipator with nothing banish, so it does nothing. Now the Draco Berserker can banish a card to enable the Dissipator, only if you use it correctly though. So what just happened? He activated Engraver. So what this states is, when your opponent activates a monster effect, banish it. You want to banish Engraver, but this is not the TCG. You can't just grab Timmy's card and banish it. It will not banish it because it's no longer in the original spot where it activated. It has to still be there to banish it, and then you would still negate it. Oh, actually, you're not negating, you're doing nothing, and the Dissipator is not able to negate because nothing's banished. So it can't even activate. Tracked, searching for the Luri. Activate monster effect in the graveyard. This is a banish opportunity. We could wait for Engraver to activate Engrave. That could banish it. And that's exactly what we're doing. So there you go. This is the moment. And then the Dissipator will now be able to use the banished Luri as another form of disruption. By returning back the Luri, when they activate a monster effect, we get to negate an activated effect. It's from their deck is the negate. Your banishment is destroy. And just like that, let's go. Searching for a Bestial Magnum Hut, banishing the Mirage Dragon. We have Dissipator, which is going to be reborning back the Mirage Dragon as we now make a Chaos Angel. Full power Chaos Angel. All of the synchros are unaffected by monster effects, and no monster can be destroyed by battle. Finish him. Well done. Good job. All right. Begin. Got two board breakers. Thrust being a board breaker generally through searching for the triple tactics talent, but we know he's playing evenly matched. Thus, we'll be ready with that. Yes, indeed. Now, we do have to hope that he activates a monster effect and within the main phase to ensure that we could triple tactics and get Thrust in. Now, what the heck is this nonsense? Negate a spell, suck up a monster, we're gonna equip it. We can negate two special summons. We have a negate, we have a negate. Good luck, mate. Let's go. Lubellion. He is negating the Lubellion. Now, this is not gaining a kaiju counter if sent from the hand to the grave. It has to go from field to the grave. Now we're back down to one negate. Triple tactics talent. This will, by mandatory, just resolve as soon as it reaches the resolution. This is why you potentially want to negate something. Not searching for evenly. And by activating that card, he's got it. He's got two negates now. He's got three negates if he didn't negate this, but he does want to negate this, which is quite interesting. He had the option to allow this to resolve and then gain an additional negate. So instead, he has one negate when he would have had three negates on the resolution of the Allure of Darkness. Not that any of this matters. Of course, he has so much disruption. It's impossible to lose here. All right. 5 counters. Oh, it maxes at 5. All right. Yeah, that's true. I didn't know that. All right, good. Well, what are you going to stop me from flipping my die to 6? I don't think so. Very well done. 2-1 victory. Habakiri, summon for the deck the Saji, dodging impermanence as always. This is where you definitely would want to use your Ash Blossom. In auto win. Your opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand by card effects. It is completely unaffected by card effects, and we can non-target during the main phase Return a monster or back row on the field, back in the deck. Spin it back, non-targeting. In addition to that, a monster negate. Let's freaking go, mate. And we have Duel. What can you do? We're gonna negate you. Sure. Chain Femina. We can't negate, but we could return cards back to the deck whenever we want. So theoretically, you wait for them to summon something like an access code talker, and before they enter the battle phase to swing over it, you just spin it back. This should be absolutely unstoppable. Purification Reborning the Murakumo was another combo we have to non-target wipe away the opposing fields. Lucas, what could have been your way? I guess we have Psychic and Punisher in the deck, which, oh my goodness, no! Level 11, we have level 11, and it's unaffected by the Great Magnus from returning it back. There's no way you're outing this. We have Murakumo wipe, right? Did we just reborn this? Okay. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, no. You're at 8,000 life. You can't get boosted until you send a card, and then you can get boosted. Bro, you have to get rid of this quick. Isn't it a cost to lose life points? You can pay 1,000, target a monster you control, and one card your opponent controls, banish them. You have to spin this before he gets a monster on the field. It's a spell speed 1 activation. If he gets a monster, there you go. Get rid of it. As soon as he pays the cost, he's unaffected from getting... I don't get it. What? Wait, it's unaffected if you're equal? Oh no. I thought you have to be less. Or equal. Or equal. Or equal. I can't believe the best boss monster's getting outed. No. I mean, he has to lose life to at least be able to get bigger, right? White layer, triggering, what are we even doing from here? Wait. We could still get a form of disruption, possibly. I guess all he has to do is have another monster in the field to lose 1,000 life. If he could lose life, then only then can he out the Great Magnus. Taking out the back row card, Gulamel Reborn. We gotta get, now, think about this. Ready? What's the cost? Oh crap, it's actually... It is not a cost to send a monster. You're just banishing both. So even though they're going to get banished and leave the fields... Oh, no. This is it. This really is it. We have to get rid of both of those monsters somehow. We have the Red Ranger. Which one does this do? Destroys a monster in the field, but there's 2 monsters. Gulamel, take out the Red Ranger. We're going to detach and wipe away the Gulamel. But he still has the Arthalion to use the effect of Punisher to reduce his life points so that he can get boosted in the battle phase. Add back the Lucius. We have Black Layer adding the Quantum Black, and just like that, now it's over. Boost. No. The ultimate boss monster of the game. He's playing this because of Liger. That's why. Why is he playing this? Because of freaking Lunalight. Oh my Jesus. Now, a bunch of these effects should be triggering still. We have the Magnus, which will reborn 3 Super Quantal mechs from the graveyard. Come forth, back out. This at least protects us from a lethal play if they had one. Now, this does give us some good follow-up. If we recycle the field spell and we summon another Magnus, do we play another Magnus? We could return the Magnus back to the extra deck, possibly. We're going to attach on field to get rid of a back row card here. Say goodbye to the Flame. He does have Femina. Spell Speed 1 Elfin is the most powerful effect. It's going to be getting your other Quantals in the graveyard plus a Quantal on the field. So you do want to get rid of this. This is the main choke point of the deck. Deal with the Alphin. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to bounce it back. Now, can we special summon another Alphin? We're going to go into a Black Layer. Black Layer is going to Xyz into the White Ranger mech. Attachment Grave, and we're now going to turn all 3 into a Gorgon. What does Gorgon do exactly? Now, first, let's let it resolve its summon. Boost 6,600. What the heck is going on? Monsters this card points to cannot attack, and their activated effects are negated. Well, he's still activate effect negated. Let's go. Just like that. Wow. Big enough to take off the Psychic and Punisher. That was crazy. His life points were lower, and it was still stopped by the Gorgon. Holy moly. Now, Secretarian Dragon is here. Malulu is going to be able to negate the Gorgon, unfortunately. Droll and Lockbird, no more adding for you. Gorgon is nuts. Their activated effects are negated. Monsters this points to cannot attack. Their activated effects are just straight up negated. Is there any other cards similar to that? Just straight up, continuous effects, they are negated. Well, that's it for Gorgon, as you're now negated by the Malulu. Losing after summoning the Great Magnus. How could this happen? No freaking way. That is insane. All right, well done. Begin. This time we have Dimensional Barrier. Oh boy. No fusion summon for you. Call by the Grave, Finger the Foolos, and then they randomly have a bell to negate the Finger. A Finger that's now limited to 1. How freaking insane. Negate. Let's see what else I have here. Merkumo is a brick. Now, the Alphen is a big play, but the Ash can be saved for that big play. If he holds Ash for the Alphen, then we're in big trouble. Oh my Jesus. What the hail? Because of the freaking Foolos, we didn't want to make any crazy plays. And we're hoping that the Dimensional Barrier is just enough. Shouldn't it be? Here's the problem. By not activating this in the draw phase, you allow them to chain Femina. They can now chain Femina to this. Now, whatever you newly summon will be negated, but who cares? We're triggering the Malulu. We're triggering the Pan. We're setting up a Flame and or a Horn, which you should not have access to because I have a Dimensional Barrier. We even have Malulu. We could chain Malulu to this. Yeah, we had to draw phase this big time. 2 reasons to activate Dimensional Barrier in the draw phase. Malulu and Femina. And now we're screwed. Even though the Arthalion is negated, does not matter. We have our disruptions. He's got Femina for your turn. He's got Ash. He's got Flame. And he's got Horn. Oh my Jesus. I could not believe. Dracotail very easily playing through that Dimensional Barrier. Now, for Harpy Feather Storm, you could argue that maybe that card is better to force them to use up a resource and then you Harpy Feather Storm them and then they'll get negated. But for Dimensional Barrier, especially if you already know a deck you're playing against, because otherwise if you're on the ladder, you're going to have to figure out first what they're playing. And by the time you figure it out, there's a Malulu on the field ready to chain to your negate. Oh no. Oh no, we know if we normal summon the Alphen, it doesn't trigger on summon, it's not a quick effect, it would just get bounced back immediately by the Horn. Couldn't even use the thrust. This is the end. Another Psychic and Punisher. So you have Arthalion is level 8. 8 plus a level 3 tuner hand trap, which could be the Ghost Spell also. And the Gulamel is level 7. Gulamel 7, Arthalion level 8, consistently summoning a Psychic and Punisher. More Dracotail players need to be on this. There you go. How do you deal with Liger? Liger can try their best to deal with this, but the Liger's only destroying special summon monsters. If you're normal summoning a tuner, you try to wipe out the fusion, you could very easily likely get another fusion on the field. What the heck are we doing here? Ash Blossom negating a card that I have no idea what it does. Special summon an insect from your hand or deck. If I have no idea what you're doing and you're summoning something from the deck, I'd Ash. I think so. Yup. Oh my Jesus. What the? Are we halfway, like 50%? We're still going. Hipster. I think this is my new D. I've been having a lot of fun with triple D, enjoying convoluted, overcomplicated deck types. I think this is the next deck for me to go balls deep on. Do I even count the disruptions? No, I don't. We're just gonna be surprised and see what happens. We'll slow it down once it happens. Contact C, he's summoned, so now he can't make a Link 1. He cannot go into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. You cannot fuse Synchro Xyz or Link unless you use this as a material. This must be part of the summon. Now, if you are playing Dracotail, Dracotail requires Dracotail plus cards in the hand, so you would not be able to fuse with this on the freaking field. You have to link this off into a Little Knight. We don't even play Little Knight. We have Hermetic Seal, which requires a dragon monster. We have the Spirit with Eyes of Blue, requiring a dragon or spellcaster. We're completely locked out from all of our plays that we want to make. We'd have to try to synchro with this. How could we even synchro with this? We have the Hunting Dance activating in response. Now, this will be destroying. Wipe it. Drill Beam. Reveal. Banishing. Trying to banish the crab-looking thing. Now, this in response to the Drill Beam. If all face-up monsters control are insect, we could chain whenever we want. Target 2 monsters on the field, including an insect to control. Banish them. We're targeting itself, plus the barrel. We're going to jump off the field. Now, does it do something else? Okay, it just got banished, sure. Typhon, 3,000 or more, cannot activate. But we got the Bee Trooper Fly and Sting in response. When your opponent activates a monster effect, negate the activation and destroy. All right. I don't think we got to all of the disruptions we had. We still had a monster negate. I'm sure we had a way to banish this and then non-target pop the field. Did this do something? That do? I don't even know. Let's just go to game 2. Damn. You have a great turn 1. Sure. But what could you do going second? Barrel setting up the Lordy Load. Lordy Load's going to further search for our Drill Beam. Lordy Load summon from the deck of Blue Eyes. We're just going to Hermetic Seal, and that's it. We're not going to Link 1, grab the field spell, normal summon a Veiler. So we do have the ability, right now, this is activatable thanks to the Blue Eyes, and we do have a non-target return back. Double Disruption plus double Nibiru, double Veiler that is, and 1 Nibiru. 5 Disruption. The Hermetic Seal is jump and return back the Goki Pole. Droplet to negate Magnum Hunt. Is this more so to get Goki Pole in the graveyard? Okay. Negate. Negate mates. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, there we go. That's what we cared about more. We're going to special summon, or I guess we additionally summon the Resonance Insect after searching for it. When sent to the graveyard, search in our deck for the Bee Trooper Sting Lancer. Sting Lancer is going to be banishing away the Blue Eyes and Goki Pole to summon itself on the field. Further activating to add a Bee Trooper spell and trap from your deck to your hand. Should we have Veilered this instead? We're going to Drill Beam it, get rid of it off the field, and it looked like it worked out. Well done. No Magnum Hut search. We do not get to recycle the barrel, unfortunately, since we don't have a normal monster in the graveyard or on the field. So with that Bee Trooper banishing our Blue Eyes, it now stopped us from the recyclement. Come forth, Blue Eyes from the deck, normal summon Veiler, as we're going into our Spirit Dragon. This can negate a card in graveyard, but generally it's going to be going into a synchro from the extra deck to further have a negate or destroy a back row mate. We're going to Forbidden Droplet, and just like that, negate. Now we still have to play through a Veiler and Nibiru. Hipster, does this deck lose to Nibiru? I'd be thinking it does. I don't think you have any counter to Nibiru. In fact, they possibly could just wait until the end of the main phase after all of your summons to then Nibiru you. Is that the case? If I'm wrong, I'd love to know. Take out our own monster by swinging into the Magnum Hut. We're going to activate in main phase 2, banishing 3. You are negated by Droplet. No. By banishing 3 from the grave, we reborn itself back out into the field. Resonance Insect is going to search send from the deck when banished. Ragnarika is going to draw cards during the end phase. Okay. Goki Pole further activating again, searching for a Retaliating Sea, which will be activatable in response to the Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. All right. Now, what exactly is this doing on the field? During your main phase, if this card it does nothing. Okay. We just have... What? What the... You don't want to play anymore? Why? Why not? All right. Sure. Insects advance. Let's go. We're going second. In response to polymerization, we could Retaliating Sea. And then whatever you polymerize will be banished instead of being sent to the grave. Normal summon the Sword Knight. Sword Knight special summon from the deck into the big winged Baphomet. This is a pretty good negate. It's searching for 2 cards. Double search? I think so. If it was searching for just 1, then I'd say possibly hold on to the Purge. Polymerize. Retaliating Sea. Come to me. Get ready to banish all your cards instead of being sent to the grave. We're going into a Guardian Chimera. Destroy the Retaliating Sea, which if you further want to make plays, we could activate the Max C. Or I could just Ash negate thee. Just like that. No Max C for you. All right, we ended on just the ability to max to Ash Blossom. We have no other disruptions, right? Yeah, nothing. Armed Rebellion. Rebellion has been negated from special summoning an insect from the deck. Negate. Back-to-back Ash mates. Ending our turn. Now we do at least have Droplet. Is this trap activatable? Target cards up to the number of different monster types among the link monsters you control that are insect, plant, or reptile. Thus it does nothing. But Jax also did nothing. Is this a play? Battle Wasp of the Onslaught is activating a paragraph as we chain Max C to whatever it does. What is this doing? You're going to play the Battle Wasp Wind. Sure. As we summon the Onslaught onto the field, triggering the Wind to search our deck for the Bullseye. Bullseye further special summoning under the effect of Max C. We do not care. Let's make the Battle Wasp Sachi. Can we deck him out 34 more summons? Probably. He does a lot of summons. Battle Wasp Wind. Further, trigger its effect to search our deck again after returning it back to the hand. It's twice per turn search, but now it's 4 times per turn if you return it back. Reborn from Engrave. Battle Wasp Attacker, special summon. Searching, I believe this is now our 4th freaking card we've searched. Onslaught Engrave, banishing to change the level of the, what is this, Rapid Fire. As we now go into a Piku. Piku is going to be met with, alongside that, the Beer Grim. Beer Grim has an animation, so it has to be good. Trap, take out the opposing monster. 9,600 damage. Nothing. No Femina-like card in Chimera. This is why every deck needs some sort of Femina, right? They need a Femina, they need a Holly Sue. Damn. Wow. Brute forcing through the Max C with no Fs given. Let's go. Starting off with a special summon Fenrir, searching for our Unicorn. Gazelle, what the hail, searching, then ending. We have quite a lot here. On the resolution of a monster effect, we're going to non-target, not non-target, but target banish face down a card. We can also fuse up the field. We can fuse into a disruption. We can Nibiru. We also have Max C. We just drew an Ash Blossom, though. What the heck? I'm supposed to keep you in check with my Max C. You have unlimited special summoning. Well, that's what Nibiru will be for. Surely. Activate to search. We can now Fenrir banish if we want to. We're going to hold on to the Fenrir. Again, we could Fenrir, but we're holding on, waiting for the Super Poly play. And just like that, fuse up into a Garura. Now we have the Sting Lancer. Banishing from both players' graveyard a special summon. Nibiru is activatable in 2 more summons, that is. Let's banish away the Sting Lancer. As Sting Lancer is searching for the B-Troop landing. We already used up our normal summon. We're going to discard, set up the Battle Wasp Wind to search our deck up to twice per turn. After 4 summons, we're just going to the battle phase. We're not able to build a field. B-Trooper landing, Fusion Summon, and now Nibiru is activatable. And we're doing it. Okay. We're just banishing in response to Nibiru. If all face up monster controller insect, just banish. Sure. And when banish, it does nothing. It's just banished. All right. Nibiru, come forth. Now what? Jax also doesn't really have a good follow-up play. He needs to draw into something. Drawing into an Ash, that is not the way. Take out the token. Will Sting the Poison at 400 attack be good with the Battle Wasp Wind? It's searching for a monster with less attack than one you summoned. And we're still searching for something smaller than 400. But this on summon is adding a Battle Wasp from the deck. We're going to add a Pin the Bullseye with the Wind. Further searching for the Arbalist. Special summon the Battle Wasp. Bullseye, let's further link up into the Armor Horn. Armor Horn allows you to additionally normal summon. At 1800 attack, there is a wide variety of different searches we could search. Now, we could have chain link blocked this, but we chose to not do so. You what? No block on the Ash. Put this on chain 1, put this on chain 2. Is it over for Jax? Let's further make the Inzektor Piku. Piku is going to be discarding to Babus and equip the Resonance Insect. We're going to use the Piku to draw a card. We're randomly drawn into a Goki Pole. We already used up our normal summon. As you link this up into a Giant Bee Trooper, triggering the Resonance Insect to search for the Crawler Soma. Now, landing in Graveyard is adding the card back to your hand from the grave. Resonance, when banished, will be further sending from the deck to the grave. Armor Horn is going to banish 3 cards to reborn itself back out. Mantis is banishing to summon a token. Invincible Horn is going to tribute it off to summon a monster from the deck. Soma's going to flip our own monster face down to special summon to then summon 2 crawlers from the deck. We're now going to Bee Trooper landing, activate the fusion summon into a Cruel Saturnus. Cruel Saturnus is activating to add a Bee Trooper from the deck to the hand. This is what happens. You want to limit and ban Droll, Maxi, and all those cards. This is what Konami's been trying to protect you from. This is it. This is what you get with Maxi limited to 1. Mantis Monk is going to be banishing 2, further searching for the 10th time this turn, as we now go into the Stag Sovereign. Mantis Monk's going to return a card and field back in the deck to reborn from the grave. We're going to banish 3 to summon the Beergrim from the grave. 16,000 damage on the field. And just like that. You could delay me for 1 turn with your Nibiru and Maxi, but I come back next turn. Damn. Holy moly. I have to learn this deck. Huh. Set Droplet Pass. The deck's got a weakness. It bricks. Millennium. Activate. Summon for the back row. As we further search for a Golem. Golem is going to be searching for our field spell. And the field spell is going to allow us to summon a Doom Dragon. So we do have a rank 8 Xyz coming up. There it is, just like that. Gianna, what's going on? Nightmare Phoenix. Take out the Forbidden Droplet. Contact C. With this on your side of the field, you are not able to perform a Link summon unless you use this as part of the Link. So how are you going to summon the Orcus Nightmare? Come forth and summon. Now, looking at his extra deck, he's going to very easily turn into a Moon in the Closed Heaven. Just like that. Not even an issue. And then the Retaliating Sea is just going to be usable against nothing. Rip. Fiend, Smith, Engraver. Further going into the sequence. Sequence is going to be fusing with the Graveyard. Lacrima is here. Target Engraver. Ooh, we got the Sting Lancer. Quick effect. Banish the Engraver before it is added back or reborn. Well done. And then further adding a card for the follow-up. We have Crimson Tear, Sun Engraver here, as we now make our Little Knight. Little Knight on summon, thus no lethal damage this turn, cannot attack directly. Reborn the Engraver. Double Special Summon Negate is ready. We have Banish a Monster on field, double Special Summon Negate plus Impermanence Mate. 4 forms of disruption. That is a special summon. That's a negate. Negate. Now, what does the Bomber do? Normal Retaliating Sea to special summon Bomber. Again, double special summon negate. If you have an insect or on the insect summon, this triggers a special summon. Damn. Well, If we could do more than setting a turn 1 droplet, that would be ideal. Let's see. Let's go. 50 card deck always has Retaliating Sea in hand. What is up with that? Two Retaliating Seas. Let's both of them searching, by the way. Let's search for our Max C and a Resonance, right? Max C? No. 2 searches, no Max C, because we have to focus on actually making plays here. Imperm negate the ability to additionally normal summon. Don't tell me your turn's over. Your turn is not over. Holy crap, it's over. This is why Droplet's so good. It gets a lot of these cards in the graveyard for them to further be triggering their effects, but if they have no body on the field, then you can't use the Droplet. We have Droplet, we have Ash, I believe that's it. Double Disrupt. Now, how does the Millennium work? Can you Droplet this to stop it from searching? No. It is a part of the effect of special summoning and adding no Droplet, but that means you could Ash it. You Ash it, it stays in the back row, no summon, no search. Come forth, further searching for the Golem. I feel like we had to YOLO Ash that. I think so. That was probably our best chance of having a chance, because it gets too crazy from here. Now, like, that Millennium means we lose our Droplet for free, and they still have another body to summon, and they get this card in the graveyard if it was potentially stuck in the hand. If they didn't have another way to get this in the grave, the Orcus Nightmare, that would be a problem. I think we definitely had to Ash. Oh boy. And we Ash this instead, but we had Droplet for the sequence play. I think Droplet for the Fiendsmith portion, Ash for the Millennium. Now, the Fiendsmith will still end up having the Doom Dragon be summoned, because we'll put an equip card, and then the Millennium's still there. We send both. We're probably just screwed either way. Damn. Punk Seaman is here searching for the Foxy Tune. Costanza has no hand traps whatsoever. What am I staring at here? What the heck is this? We have double banish negate, banish a monster, 2 special summon negates. We have a monster negate. We could also negate any spell. We could return a card back, at least 8 disruptions. Not so bad. Ooh, did I say gems? I meant to say you are dust, if that's what I said. Well. Let's go Yugi Ballsack. Molu. Fulos is not semi-limited in TCG, right? Fulos is untouched everywhere, I believe. Yup. Did Fulos come out after or before Impulse? Because Impulse is now semi-limited in OCG. Which is quite interesting that Impulse got hit before potentially that. This came out in July 26 of 2024. Fulos came out in, not 2024, 2025, right? The same time. They came out in the same pack. The same pack and Impulse got hit. Now, Impulse is unfairly boosting up some decks where Fulos could be used by everyone. That would be the reason why. Even if we were to say Fulos is better, which if we just go off popularity, you could just say it's a better card, it's being used more, but of course, it is usable in multiple decks, thus further boosting it up in popularity, even if we think that Impulse is better. Now, what are we dealing with? We have a Nibiru, destroy a monster, negate a monster, a fusion. We also could pop a card in the field, we could banish in the grave, we could negate a spell, about 7 forms of disruption. Let go. Grief Tablet negates your monster. The equipped monster cannot, its effects will be negated, so we could, in response to the activation, chain if we want to. But why? We have Femina. It's fine. This is okay to be negated. Crimson Tear, send Engraver here. Further link this up into Requiem. Quick effect, it will jump any nonsense like a horn if we had one. As we now summon a second copy of Engraver. Requiem equip, and with the attempt to equip, we're going to be trying to not banish the Engraver. That's what it looks like we're doing here. We're trying to activate Gulamel to pop a card, and Yugi Ballsack has that proper foresight to see. It's not about the Sting, it's about the Gulamel, thus I have to chain link block it. That's why we're chaining the teleport. No Gulamel for you. I'm still gonna Gulamel because Flame will now negate, and that's it. We're out of chain link block, so the Gulamel, the original intent, it goes through. Wipe away the Engraver. Pop it. And we drew into an Ash. Unbelievable. We just gained a disruption. We could draw another one too. Let's see, another hand trap. Urgula could pop a back row. Not really a form of disruption against this deck, I'd say. Come back, Engraver. Now, the Requiem effect to equip is a hard once per turn, already used. Let's just take out the Malulu, which could be used as part of a fusion summon if he wanted to. This tells me we were probably trying to end our main phase. Yeah, not probably, 100% we were. You can't enter main phase and the opponent says, okay, I want a Femina. That's not how the game works. It is a turn-based game. Costanza has to wait for player priority to pass. And starting a main phase, turn player has full priority to do whatever they want before you could respond in any way. That's it, mate. All right, Yugi Ballsack, go first or go home. Lethal. Damn it, to be fair, Dracotail is a very powerful deck. Most decks are losing no matter what it's doing. All right. Thank you, Yugi. I hope to see more from you. Let's get to it. Let's do it.